Hello everyone, thank you for joining. We are live now. Over to you, Chidi.
Thank you, Deepika. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our Leeds University webinar. This promises to be an interactive session, and we hope that you learn so much about Leeds, about the ranking, facts, figures, and every other thing that we should know about Leeds and Leeds City. Joining us today from Leeds University are seasoned experts who will be telling us about Leeds, and we have with us Christina, we have Rego Pau, and then we have some alumni, Olamide and Sandra. They'll be sharing their experience with us about what Leeds is like, what the courses are like, and general experience about university and Leeds University. So if you have any questions, please drop your questions in the chat box and we'll get through to them at the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions, just drop it there. At the end, I'll read out all the questions and everything will be answered. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope to have a great time with everyone today. So now I'm handing over to Christine. Christine, please, you can introduce yourself and other teams from Leeds University. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. That was a nice introduction. So my name is Christina. I work in the international office at the University of Leeds. Very warm welcome to all of the students and the audience joining us from Nigeria. I used to visit Nigeria very regularly, a good few years ago, so I have very fond memories of my travel across Nigeria. I've even been to Nollywood, I'm proud to say. This session today is all about the career support, about graduate jobs, internships, part-time work, and all of the support you will get as a student at the University of Leeds to help you either work on your employability skills and develop new skills, to help you ultimately get that graduate job and get on the career ladder. So as she said, today we have a panel of colleagues and students who will be talking about their own experience from their own perspective. And hopefully we will deliver a really useful presentation, and then we will get to all of your questions at the end. I'd like to start by introducing everybody here who will be talking about the careers and employability at Leeds today. So Rego, would you like to introduce yourself first, please?
Yes, thank you very much, Christina. Welcome, everyone. My name is Regu. I am a current full-time mechanical engineering student. And right now, I'm doing my year in industry, which is a year-long internship. I'm working at Careers Center, which is providing career service for students. So my role is to organize and support events, various kinds of events in collaboration with employers, and to give presentations like this one. Outside my studies, I'm also an experienced public speaker, and I have created something called Speak Up Engineers, which you can find on Instagram, where I regularly upload inspirational content for students to help them improve their communication skills and public speaking skills. And I'm also a member of a range of student societies at the University of Leeds, and I'm a committee member of the Leeds University Union Hungarian Society. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Rego. So Rego, since he works in the career services, he'll be delivering the key part of the presentation about what career services do. We also have Sandra with us today, who's our alumna. Sandra, would you like to do a short introduction, please?
Hi, everybody. My name is Sandra. I'm from Nigeria. I was once a student at the University of Leeds. I did my master's degree in the year 2020-2021. I'm currently a project executive, working remotely for a UK company. So I work from home currently, and I'm pleased to be here. Yeah.
Thanks, Sandra. Sandra will share her experience as our alumna. We also have Olamide, who's currently studying with us. Olamide, would you like to do an introduction, please?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Olamide. I'm currently a student of the University of Leeds. I'm studying law, doing my postgraduate in corporate law. I'm also a member of the Link to Leeds scheme, and I'm also in the debate team. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Fantastic. And we also have Anastasia, who's our other Link to Leeds student, who will also be sharing her experience. Is Anastasia with us?
Hello, everyone. I'm Anastasia, international student studying Master in Food Science. I have just finished the master year. Yeah, I'm a Link to Leeds ambassador, food science ambassador, and STEM ambassador. I also have some internship experience abroad. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Anastasia. So here's our panel. And I'd like to just start very briefly with an introduction to the University of Leeds, in case you're not very familiar, just before we talk about the careers at Leeds. So the University of Leeds was established in 1904. It's a very prestigious Russell Group research intensive institution in the UK, one of the biggest universities in the UK. About 38,000 students study at Leeds from over 170 different countries. So it will be a unique opportunity here at Leeds for you to meet and network with people from all over the world. And I can guarantee you that even if you get a job with a really multinational big company, you'll probably not get another chance to meet people from so many different countries in one place. And this is something that we're very, very proud of at Leeds. So Leeds is a top 100 university in the world, and also top 5 most targeted university by employers. Our academic curriculum, focusing on research, but also industry-led through our employer links, makes sure that we prepare our students for the world of work and the current demands. We listen to what employers are looking for in graduates, and we make sure that through what we teach and how we teach and how recent that knowledge is, how applicable it is, that it is all something that will put you in a really good position to apply for jobs and appeal to employers.
Sorry to interrupt, Christina. We are not able to see the presentation slides.
Oh.
Yeah, in the full screen. So it is just the, what we say, PPT.
Let me
stop sharing and share it again.
Let me share again.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think this is it. Can you see this now?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there, but hopefully you can see this now. So really international, top 100 in the world, 5th most targeted university by employers is probably the key messages to remember about Leeds. What will probably be also important to mention is the city where we're based. So we're in the city called Leeds in West Yorkshire. It's actually one of the biggest cities in the UK. And Leeds is one of the largest regional economies in the UK. It's the second biggest regional economy in the UK after London. So there are opportunities in every sector in Leeds, including digital technologies, creative industry, financial, professional services, manufacturing, healthcare, innovation, and lots more. So no matter what you want to study, what subject you're interested in, what kind of career you're looking for, there is something for everyone at Leeds. So you're going to be studying in the UK's second largest centre for business, finance, and legal services outside London. And Leeds is also very famous as being a centre of the north for culture, entertainment, sport, art, theatre, music, hospitality and shopping. So it's a really fantastic student city. It's actually the second biggest kind of student concentration after London. So lots of universities in Leeds and around Leeds in the region. So fantastic student community for you to enjoy, lots of things for students to do, but also because of our location and because of how big the economy is, it means easy opportunities for part-time jobs, for internships, and lots of graduate jobs as well. But as a university, we'll help you with jobs and opportunities in Leeds, in the UK, but also globally. So that's something that as a university, we're really conscious that this is something that we need to be providing for our students, for you to have that support. We are also a campus university, which means that all of our facilities, all of the teaching, but also some of our accommodation is based on one campus, which is located 10 minutes walk from the city centre of Leeds. So that makes it really convenient if you've got a part-time job somewhere in the city or on campus. It's easily walkable most of the time. And like I said, some of our accommodation is based on campus, some is 10-15 minutes walk, some is a bit further away. But that means that everything you need is based on campus, from obviously your teaching and learning spaces, libraries, but also we have a supermarket, a hairdresser even, post office, anything you need, even an art gallery on campus, fantastic sports facilities as well, lots of IT labs and lots of kind of learning spaces for you to sit down, do your group work or your kind of learning revision. Really, the university has absolutely fantastic facilities for students. So hopefully that gives you a good introduction to the university, where we're based, and what kind of city feel you might get. It's a very multicultural city, lots of people from all over the world, including from Nigeria. So I'm sure you'll be able to make friends and feel at home to an extent. And without further ado, I'd like to now hand over to Rego to tell you more about what the career services at Leeds offer to our students. Rego, over to you.
Thank you very much, Christina. So, as you said, this is a really prestigious university, and by the time when you graduate, you'll get a degree which will make you really competitive. And as Christina said, we are among the top 5 most targeted universities by graduate recruiters, which means that by the time when you graduate, you will have seen many opportunities that is available to you. You will have met many companies who come to Leeds to recruit students from here. So by the time when you graduate, you will get a diploma, and you will get a range of academic skills and knowledge. And of course, you'll get friends as well, you'll develop a network, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll have all the required application skills to make successful job applications. And that is why we are here at Career Center. That is where Career Center can help you. So we help and support University of Leeds students, both home students and international students, to develop a range of application skills and awareness of what opportunities are available to them. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Thank you very much. So what is exactly that we do? What kind of services are available to you, prospective University of Leeds students, when you'll be in here in Leeds? I would like to divide our services up into 3 categories. These are opportunities, events, and appointments. Let's start with opportunities. We work in collaboration with more than 5,000 organizations, which could be small ones or big ones. This could be, as big as Coca-Cola, P&G, Deloitte, Rolls-Royce, Mercedes-Benz, or United Nations, all the big names we work with. And we help them, first of all, access the top talent, which is you at the University of Leeds, so they can recruit excellent students from here. But on the other hand, we help students access the opportunities that are offered by the organizations. So let's say you are looking for an internship, placement here, a graduate job, or scholarships or volunteering opportunities. These are all things that we advertise on our careers platform. And on this careers platform, which is available to students, we upload these vacancies on a daily basis. So for example, last semester, in a single Friday, we published in my team 179 vacancies. So there is a lot available to students currently, and this is a quiet time. We have more than 1,200 vacancies available. But in the peak times, which is usually in autumn and in January, February, we have usually more than 3,000 vacancies every day available to students. So this is great. What else? We organize events. This is our second category of our services. So you may be wondering, okay, you can read about what opportunities companies have to offer on our websites. Why can you not ask them verbally? And you are perfectly right. You can ask them. And that's why we organize a range of events like employer presentations, where you can listen to the presentation given by an employer, see who they are, what they do, or skills workshops, where a group of employers come and they discuss how to perform really well on interviews, how to make perfect applications. We organize career fairs, where hundreds of employers come along, and you can book one-to-one appointments with them or group sessions. And on these one-to-one appointments, you can actually ask questions. You can demonstrate that you have great skills that they need. You are really curious and you are keen to apply for their roles. And this way you won't just learn about what opportunities are available to you, but also you will network with these recruiters, and these connections will be really useful for your applications. And finally, as I said, we offer appointments. So let's say you have found a great job on a career fair. You have met an employer. You have seen that they are advertising a great graduate scheme. You would like to apply for this. Now, our expert careers advisors will help you with every single step in the application process. They'll help you how to write your CV. They'll give you guidance on it. They'll read your CV and cover letter, and they will give you feedback on it. They'll provide you mock interview opportunities so that you can practice your interview skills before going on the actual live interview. You can practice mock assessment centers. So before going on an actual assessment center, they will help you prepare for it as well. They'll give you all kinds of resources that you need. They'll give you information about visas, information about what to do if you are keen to start your own business, because some students may be keen to do that. They'll give you information about what to do if you are keen to return to your home country to work or work somewhere else in a different country. And of course, they will provide you information with research and academia. So in summary, we have loads of services, events, appointments, vacancies, and we will support every single student with every single step in their application processes. Could we move on to the next slide, please? Thank you. And just like you, I am an international student as well. I come from Hungary, and I understand that before you apply to a university which is in a different country, you may have several concerns. For example, are you worried about language skills? That's not a problem, because we have something called Skills Lab Library, the language zone. They will give you all kinds of resources that you need to develop excellent English skills and academic skills. They'll give you workshops, all kinds of materials that you need to develop skills. Are you worried about visas or settling into a new culture? That's not a problem at all, because we have a range of British Council resources, careers advisors who can give you personalized advice, or the International Student Office as well. And they will help you with every aspect of settling into the new culture, for example. They'll give you advice on how to make the most of your time in Leeds, how to make new friends, and they'll help you with visas as well. And this is particularly important if, let's say, you are keen to get some work experience. Or are you worried about having no work experience? And that is, again, a very useful topic to discuss, because work experience will help you get jobs later. But we help you with that as well, because we have something called JobLink, which offers part-time work opportunities to University of Leeds students. We have the Volunteering Hub, which provides a range of volunteering opportunities to University of Leeds students so they can develop range of skills like teamwork. They will have something to put on their CVs. We have something called the Leeds Internship Program, which is again something very interesting. So what the Leeds Internship Program is, we offer internships for University of Leeds students, but these are exclusively available to University of Leeds students, which means that University of Leeds students don't have to compete against students from other universities. So again, we'll help you to get work experience, and by attending our events, by looking at what vacancies are available on our website, by getting advice from the careers advisors, you will be able to maximize your chances to make the most of your time in Leeds and get work experience as part of your studies. Now, just to share you a very interesting story, for example, I have a friend who was also an international student and who came along to one of the career fairs that we organized. He attended a one-to-one meeting with an employer. And actually, that 15-minute meeting was so useful that he made a good impression. He asked questions from the employer asked questions from him as well. And that meeting turned out to be his interview. And in the end, he got offered an internship. So on these events, you can very easily network with employers and develop a range of skills about how to communicate with employers, how to stand out from the crowd, how to showcase and demonstrate that you have great skills that they are looking for. Now, or another example, on an employer meeting, when I was a student, I asked questions and I made a good impression. They asked questions from me as well. And in the end, they sent me a personalized handwritten thank you note and a notebook as well. And they were keen to find out if I'm happy to apply for their roles. Yes, so that is from me. I'm going to hand it over to Christina now. Oh, can we move on to the next slide, please?
Yes, sorry.
Yes, this is still mine. Yeah, that's fine. So let's say, for example, you're coming to the UK, but you are also interested in working somewhere else abroad or returning to your home country. And that's completely fine. You'll give all the support that you need for that. For example, we organize a range of global events where you can meet global employers. For example, employers from various kinds of countries. The recruitment process of employers in the UK highly differs from the recruitment process of employers outside the UK. And on these events, you can hear about what their application processes look like, how to stand out from the crowd, how to apply, what are their top tips, who they are, what they do. So you can very easily network with global employers as well. And if you are keen to work abroad, that's fine. You can do it very easily on these events. Just to give you some examples, in the past, we had events focused on China, the Asia Pacific region. We had India weeks or Europe weeks. So you could really meet a lot of employers, even like as big as Facebook, UNESCO, Coca-Cola, Hayes, various kinds of employers. What else I'd like to highlight here is that our expert careers advisors will give you advice on what to do if you are keen to return to your home country, and they'll give you advice on what to do if you would like to work somewhere else in a different country. They'll show you how to write your CV, how to interview. That's fine. You'll get all the support with that as well. And another very interesting point is that all the University of Leeds students have access to various kinds of job boards. We have subscription for it, so University of Leeds students don't have to pay for it. And on these websites, you can actually browse for global opportunities and you can filter them. For example, we have something called Going Global, where you can actually see usually tens of thousands of opportunities for every single country. Even for small countries like my country, Hungary, there were 34,000 opportunities when I last checked it. Or I remember in Hong Kong, there were about 650,000 vacancies available when I checked this website last time. Other websites include My Career or Get Hired, Student Circus, a range of job boards where you can search for jobs, and these are only available to you, University of Leeds students, because we have subscription for it. And the final thing I'd like to highlight here is that the University of Leeds is a very diverse and multicultural community. So you can very easily network with students from all over the world, and not just students, but employers as well, staff members, all kinds of people, or graduates. So you will be able to very easily network with anyone here, and it's already something for which I think it's worth coming here, because you can develop networks which will be really useful for your career later. I'll hand it over to Christina.
Thanks, Rego. That was really interesting. So what you may have also heard about is the graduate route in the UK, which didn't exist for a few years, but was brought back again, fortunately, for all of the students. So what graduate route does, it makes it basically easier for you as an international graduate to be able to stay in the UK for 2 years extra without needing to find an employer sponsor for your visa. It gives you extra 2 years of opportunities to apply for jobs in the UK, gain work experience, and in that time, you should be able to find a UK sponsor for a tier 2 visa if you wish to work for a UK employers. We certainly, as a university, encourage our students to be highly ambitious, not think about just jobs in the UK. Don't limit it just to the UK. We have seen our graduates employed all over the world and develop fantastic careers because they were able to be a lot more mobile than most British people would be. So this is something that definitely makes it a lot more worthwhile, I suppose, to consider the UK as a study destination. I know Sandra will, as a recent grad, will probably have some experience that she can share on the graduate route, maybe not necessarily from her own experience, but also from experience of friends. Sandra, would you like to say something about the graduate route? From what you understand, is it an easy or difficult process to get to be able to use the graduate route as a Nigerian graduate? Would you like to share something with our audience?
Yes. Personally, I was a Chevening scholar, so I was able to get like a full funded scholarship to come to the UK to study. But unfortunately, the terms and conditions of my scholarship didn't allow for me to apply for the graduate route program to stay back in the UK. But I have really close friends that are Nigerians that stayed back via the graduate route. And according to them, it was very easy. Like, I know somebody, I think I know 2 people that got theirs in 2 days, just in the comfort of their homes. Like, they didn't have to go anywhere. You don't have to like go to maybe the home office to submit any documents. Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Okay,
we can,
so
Sandra.
all you need is just submit your documents online, and the home office will like reach out to you in a couple of days to give you the visa permit, which allows you to stay in the UK and work. And I know a couple of my friends that have full-time jobs with that visa, and they are really happy with it. So I think it's so easy and convenient. The most important thing is that you have to prove that you have finished your studies, and then provide any necessary documents they asked of you, like online, and then you have your visa, I think, in a couple of days. So it's very easy.
Excellent, thanks, Sandra. I'm sure students will find it very reassuring to hear that it's a straightforward process. And if it only takes a few days to get that visa, I don't think I've ever heard of visas as easy. To be honest, even for all of the UK visas, this is probably the quickest and easiest one that I've heard of. So I'm sure there will also be lots of questions about internships during your studies. So Leeds offers opportunities for internships. They are slightly easier to do if you're an undergraduate student, because you can do a 1-year placement or internship usually in the 2nd or 3rd year of your studies, depending on how long your studies are, but usually between the 2nd and 3rd year, or 3rd and 4th year of your studies, depending what you're doing. There are some opportunities to also do shorter internships when you're a master's student. So the university will offer various opportunities that can differ program to program and department to department. And from what I hear, and I'm sure students will be able to confirm, that every department will have a form of kind of announcing and communicating to students what opportunities are available for their department or for their industry or sector. So it can vary year on year and department to department, but as a university, we make sure that this is communicated to students in terms of what opportunities there are. But we also encourage students to reach out and maybe apply for internships independently as well. So I personally know a student who did neuroscience, who did a speculative application with the big pharma company GSK, and she got an internship that wasn't being advertised, for example. It didn't exist, they created it just because they were so impressed by her application. So there are various things that you can do. Rega, would you like to share your experience? I know you're currently doing an internship, a really interesting one. So would you like to tell us a little bit about your experience, why you did it, why it's different to what you're actually studying, and how are you finding it? Any tips for students?
Yes, great questions. Thank you, Christina. So as Christina said, it's very important to do internships and placements in general. I recently attended a conference where some careers experts confirmed that those students, based on statistics, who did a placement year or year in the industry are twice as more employable after they graduate than those who didn't. So it is very important to do one and get work experience, so you'll be able to get a graduate job more easily. I am an engineering student, but I'm working here at Career Service right now. And first of all, why did I apply? I applied because I wanted some more time to think before graduation, so I can narrow down what exactly I'd like to do in the future, what career path I would like to pursue. And the other reason why I wanted to do this placement here was to develop some interpersonal skills, some soft skills like teamwork, communication, time management, and to experience what it's like to being employed, before actually I graduate. So I thought this was a good idea. And this is a very different thing compared to engineering. But if you are an engineer, you will see that you'll get great IT skills. You have excellent analytical skills, numerical skills, design skills, everything that you need. But I thought it would be great to develop some soft skills as well. And so I applied for it. I think in May, in my third year. So usually it takes a few applications to secure a role. For me, this was the 25th application, and the reason is because it takes time to develop the right application skills. So you will have to learn how to write a CV properly, how to write a cover letter. You'll need to learn some interview techniques, to do some mock interviews and actual interviews to experience what it is like. And then after you've got the skills, you'll be able to interview really well and impress the employer. So that's why for me it was the 25th application to get this internship. But the university was always there. The Career Center was always there to support my learning process in the applications. For you, my top tip would be to think about starting applications, not necessarily right from the beginning, but after the first or second month at university, when you finally settle in. and start making applications, because it can take some time to develop the right application skills. Maybe build it into your schedule to look for opportunities and get experience, so that it will be faster for you. The learning curve will be faster, and you'll be able to secure a job with the required skills and expertise.
Thanks, Rego. I also know that Anastasia has some experience of applying for internships. Anastasia, would you like to share your experience a little bit with us?
Hello. Thank you for the chance for me to share. So I did attempt to apply for placement year in my second year. It was I unfortunately cannot get any because it was COVID time, and most of the places for placement year, most of the placement year program were closed because of the COVID. And yeah, I didn't, but the whole experience, I didn't know how to make a CV or what is the first thing to do when it comes to searching for a job, because I never really find a job before, and it was my first time. So I heard the Career Center offers a CV check. They also have an online CV check that is accessible 24 hours. And it just instantly gives you feedback on how well your CV sounds like. And I use that a lot. I managed to improve my CV score from, I think, 40 to 80, which is really helpful. And then I also joined the mock assessment center by the Career Center. And although I haven't really reached the assessment center stage in my applications, I have the rough idea of what to expect in assessment center, and it is really helpful now that I look for a graduate job.
Great, thanks, Anastasia. I think you mentioned that you've in the end you managed to get an internship in Indonesia. Is that right?
Yeah. So in the end, I was just going back to my country, and then I managed to get an internship. And although it wasn't through the Career Center, I looked for a job myself. But I think the CV skill was from Career Center.
Excellent. So it is, I feel it is a huge achievement. I mean, in the pandemic, like you said, it was very difficult to be able to find opportunities. So I think it's a huge achievement, and it's just to show that, you know, when there aren't opportunities necessarily in the UK, there's nothing stopping you from trying to find something either back home or in another country. You know, there's always ways, and the Career Centre and the university services, I'm sure, will always be and try to be as supportive as possible. So now, obviously, now we're not in the pandemic mode anymore. All of these opportunities should be coming back, and it should be much easier to find an internships for students now than it was perhaps a year ago. I know that there will also be a lot of questions about part-time work whilst you're a student. So we have Olamide and Anastasia, who are currently our part-time Link to Leeds ambassadors. So Olamide, would you like to share with students like how easy it was for you to find part-time work whilst, you know, when you started your studies, like any tips for students when they might be able to start, where to look? Was it through the university JobLink that you found a job, or was it through other sources? Maybe how much are you able to work, kind of given how demanding your course is? Any kind of useful information for students? Would you like to share, Olamide?
All right, thank you. I would say that, yeah, the JobLink is really, really helpful while looking for part-time jobs. I would also say that the school is also, for instance, my school, like the School of Law, they would normally send us emails as regards some like academic part-time jobs, like assisting a lecturer with your work and all of that. And personally, I would apply for those because I believe that they would help me with my personal work as a student, and they would usually pay for those part-time jobs. As regards trying to like manage time, I believe that this is relative, like it's dependent on every person, how you are able to handle the part-time job and your schoolwork. There's some people that can do really great juggling both, and there's some people that can't. So I believe that you would just like know yourself and know how you're going to manage it. And aside from juggling, there are also like sites where you like various sites here in the UK where you can like search for part-time jobs and also get. And I would also say that part-time jobs here are, especially for students, they are pretty flexible, especially because of the like 20 hours limits that we have. So yeah, I believe that they're really flexible and all of that. Thank you.
Thanks. Anastasia, would you like to share your experience of applying for part-time jobs? Did you apply through JobLink, or did you apply through kind of sources outside of the university as well? Was it easy to find part-time jobs? Are you finding it easy to manage with your studies?
So right now I'm working part-time as student ambassador in several sectors. So I'm linked to Leeds ambassador. I think it's similar to international student ambassador. I'm also STEM ambassador and food science ambassador. So all of those works are mainly found from email chain. So I just receive an email from the student support, for example, that there is an opening on this ambassador role. And I just follow the instruction in the email. But I believe there is also job being posted in JobLink, as alumni they say. Yeah, the job link is really useful, especially if you want to look for a job inside the campus. For example, being working in the cafe as a barista, or working in co-op or one of the supermarket. Yeah, I think all of those jobs openings mostly on JobLink. JobLink. And I think outside campus, you can find some on JobLink as well, but usually I found on Indeed, or just anything you can Google, honestly.
Great,
but
thanks.
Yeah,
anything else you wanted to add?
Pardon?
Yes, anything else you wanted to add? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there.
Yeah, no, answering to your question about how I manage to part my time. I think the student ambassador job is not every day. It's very flexible. They have a lot of tasks I can assign myself whenever my availability suits. So it doesn't really bother my study.
Excellent. I think before we go to questions, there's just one more thing that we wanted to touch on, which is jobs after graduation. So obviously when you come and you study in the UK, the ultimate goal is to get that graduate job, and it better be a good one after a year of intensive study, or 3 years in the UK. So I wonder if Sandra, would you like to share your experience of applying for jobs? So I know you mentioned that you were an Achieving Scholar, so you because of the terms and conditions of your scholarship, you had to go back to Nigeria, but I understand you are currently working with a UK employer. So I suppose the fact that you were not able to make use of the graduate route didn't stop you from finding a job in the UK in the end. Would you like to share your experience on, especially coming here as a master's student? How early did you start looking for graduate jobs? Did you use the university services for this? Any sort of tips that you'd like to share with students?
Yes, definitely. Being a master's student, it's, you're kind of limited time-wise. you have so many things to cover up just in 12 months. And then you also have to juggle between, looking for a job and everything that comes with it. So for me, I started right on time because I know that I have limited time, and also I'm not, going to be in the UK for a very long time. So, it's important to, set goals. I set my goals and I'm like, okay, if I'm not able to be in the UK, I should be able to get one or two things out of the UK. So I put my mind to start applying for jobs that would require me to like work from home so that I can work from Nigeria when I eventually go back. And then I reached out to the career team and sent a couple of mails, and I got responses. And I think I met with an advisor. I can't remember, but I met with someone from the career team, and I had kind of counseling, to kind of help me map out what I needed to do, how to position myself to be able to get the job. And yeah, I got a lot of help in terms of also preparing my CV, to be the way it should be, because the CV I had was the one acceptable in Nigeria. It was the one acceptable in Nigeria here. So I had to adjust my CV to be kind of acceptable in the UK, because the requirements in the CV is quite different. So I met the career team and I got help with that, and also preparing me for interview. I met them a lot of time. Trust me, they're your best friend if you really want to get a job, and it's really advisable to start on time. I think I started in January. My course started in September 2020, but I started, applying actively in January 2021. So I think around June, July, that was when I was contacted by the employer, and yeah, I think I got the job in summer, June, July. Yes, when I was just starting my dissertation. So I spent most of my time trying to, arrange my CV from the help of, the career unit. They kind of helped me. So I met them lots of time. Like, honestly, I met them so many times. Yeah, I think they were really helpful preparing me for the interview, helping me know what I wanted. Because one thing is, you kind of know what you want, but sometimes you get confused. You just need to hear from somebody. You just need to confide in somebody. Trust me, they're your best friend, and anything you need to know in terms of career, how to navigate your career, they are there to help you. So I kind of used the service very well. And yeah, it's just there for every student. And that is something I really love about the university, because they're always there to listen. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra. That's really helpful. And I think it's probably important here to mention that the career services are available for our graduates pretty much without limit after you graduate. So even years down the line, if you need career advice, and Rego can confirm that, you can still reach to the University Career Service. You can still use our services. You can still get advice. So it's something that we definitely encourage. So thank you all for all your contributions. I know we've been talking for a while, but we also have quite a few questions coming. So I think we'll now move on to answering questions between us, hopefully. So do we have questions? Shall we start?
Okay, thank you very much, Christina. This was a very interesting webinar, I must say. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Olamide. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you, Regal. It was really, really interesting. So I'm going to go into the questions now. And so we have questions on YouTube and here on Zoom. So somebody's saying, hello, if I may ask, is there any chance of getting employed after graduation and also get working permits or visa in the UK for Nigerians that want to apply because I just joined the lecture a few minutes ago?
Okay. So would anybody like to take this question about, what are the chances of getting a job after graduation? Sandra, Rego?
I can take that. Yeah, like the chances are very high because I know a lot of people, both Nigerians and other international students, that are able to secure jobs. And I think almost all of them, their employers promise to sponsor them. So the most important thing is just to know what you want. And it's okay if you don't really know what you want from the start. That's why the career service is there. Like you have to maximize it. That's why you are there. When you are confused, you have to consult and you have to ask. And then they'll kind of help you, like they'll tell you what exactly you do. Like they'll kind of direct you on where to go, how to like position yourself, the skills you need to have and also to put on your CV. So the most important thing is just to be willing to do the work, be willing to talk to the career service. And like I said, they are there.
Great, thanks, Sandra. That's really well put. Yes,
Yeah.
like I think Rego was saying, the university has links with thousands of employers. We release graduate job adverts, I think in hundreds every week, from what he said. So yes, there are plenty of opportunities, but like Sandra said, the university doesn't hand out jobs. You have to be one reaching out for the services and for the opportunities. I think in previous conversations, Rego mentioned that the best tip he got from his current manager is you need to spend 20 minutes a day looking for opportunities. I think that's a really good way of looking at this as a student. You have all kinds of support from the university, but you have to engage. You have to go out there, make this appointment with career services as step one. Okay, where do I start? How do I decide who I want to kind of apply to, what kind of jobs? How do I prepare my CV application? How do I prepare for interviews? And the university is there with plenty of experience and fantastic employer links to help you. But you need to be the person engaging and telling us what you want and working with us. Ultimately, it's you who goes to those job interviews. You have to make yourself really appealing to the employer. Will help, but ultimately it's on how much work you'll do with the university during your time with us, really. Okay, do you have another question?
Yes, please. Thank you very much, Christina. Thank you, Sandra. So I have a question on YouTube. How long after filling the scholarship application do we receive the results? Asking for October 2022 intake.
So that will depend on the department, really, and the type of scholarship. So some scholarships will have deadlines by which you should hear. So for example, Chevening, Commonwealth will have deadlines probably in June, July, when you'll hear. And then the university scholarships, a lot of them are automatic. So you'd know really soon, within a few weeks. If you've waited more than a month, I would just get in touch with the university or with our Nigeria office. Dapo's here from our Nigeria office, and we can check that for you.
All right, thank you very much, Christina. So you actually answered the next question, but we probably want to throw more light on that. Somebody's asking, what kind of automatic scholarships does Leeds have? Like, how much is it worth?
Well, that again depends on the department. You have to check for the course that you're applying for. We have lots of different scholarships between £2,000 to £5,000, £10,000, half fee, full fee. And some of them are automatic, some of them you'll have to make a separate application for. Majority of them are automatic scholarships, but they do differ department to department and course to course. So we have 200 master's courses, over 300 undergrad courses. There is absolutely no way that I would remember all of them. Exactly. So do check it on the website. It's really easily linked from the course finder.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christina. So another question, can you tell me more about IELTS score, admission and admission processes?
Yeah, so
I don't know if Dakpo is on the line. Probably he wants to
yeah, I think
react.
Dapo, would you like to say something specific in regards to entry requirements for Nigerian students?
Okay, yes. Yeah, for entry requirement for Nigerian student, it all depends on the level of study a student is looking at. For postgraduate student, we don't really require IELTS once you study in a Nigerian university and you have credits in your English, you are actually exempted from English language requirement. But for other level like international foundation, yeah, it depends on the route you're looking at. For most of the arts related courses, you're looking like 6.0 in IELTS, and for science and engineering around 5.5 in your IELTS. So pretty much more. It's only at undergraduate level we require IELTS. For postgraduate, it's absolutely not required for application.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dakpo. This question is for Sandra. So Sandra, somebody's asking like, what do we need to look out for when applying for a Chevney scholarship? This would help somebody. Thank you.
For the Chevy
Hi,
scholarship.
Sandra.
Hi.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
sorry. Yes, we
Yeah.
can now.
So, basically, they look out for two major things, which are like your leadership skill and your networking skills. And they also want to know your career goals, like what are your plans and how it aligns with, what the UK is actually doing in your country. You would also have to tell them about, why you want to go to the UK to study, why they should invest in you. So basically, you just have to sell yourself. They are looking out for how you're able to lead. As a leader, you're supposed to like kind of write essays. You write like 4 essays, telling them about, giving them examples, like how you kind of exemplify those skills, your leadership skill, and how you use those skills to kind of solve problems in your immediate society. Like it must not be really big problems. It must not be big problems. That's where some people get it wrong. It can be something that it might be so small, but really how you tell your story really matters. How you tell your story, how you kind of try to change the society with like the skills you have. So those are the kind of things they are looking for. And also networking, how you're able to create network and how you're going to how you were able to kind of, with the help of your network, kind of also solve problems and bring solutions to problems in your society. So these are the things they are just looking out for. If you can be able to write a proper essay, you have like 4 topics, you write essays on 4 topics, 500 words each. And then from there, you like go for the interview. That's where you'd have to defend what you're written and kind of prove to them that you are worth the money and worth every penny they are going to spend on you. So I think, I hope this helps.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you so much. That really helped. So I think we're going to take 1 or 2 more questions now before the end of the show webinar. So this question, I'm going to generalize this question because it's asking what's the course of study required for a master's program. So I'd want to ask it as what's the range that a student should look out for if they want to study a master's program in the Leeds University?
Sorry, is
Okay,
the question... Sorry, go on, Dapo, if you understood that.
Yeah, so in terms of our tuition for Art and Humanities is around between like 20,750 to around 22,000 pounds. Business related costs from 23 to about 31,500 pounds. It all depends on the course you're looking for. Science and engineering at postgraduate level is 25,750 pounds. So it all depends. Majorly, some of our business courses, they're majorly like 25,750 for most of them. While finance related courses, they're around 29,750, and our MBA is 31,000 to 50. So pretty much more. You're able to see the exact cost for your course on the cost page on our website. And when it comes to living expenses, the general living expenses around like estimate of like £9,207 for 9 months. So for this amount, it's just like an estimate for an international student that you will be able to survive with that amount in the UK. The general style of living of a particular student will determine how much they are actually going to spend at the end of the day. Some may spend below that or above the estimate by the UK government. So pretty much more averagely, it depends on the subject area. You should be looking at excess of £30,000 to study at University of Leeds.
Thank you very much, Dako. So we're going to take the last question for today. It's been a very exciting and innovative, informative session. So this is going to be the last question. During the application process for the study, is it possible for me to send my document without my transcript, because my transcript is not available?
Yes, so okay, that's another important question. Yet it's always better to apply if you're finding it difficult to get your transcript, or you might not, you might only get a conditional offer pending when we receive your official transcript. Some departments might not even, get back to you fully. So for you to beat deadline most times, go ahead to apply with all the documents available and try to get your transcript as soon as you can.
I thank you very much, Dako. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Deepika, do you want to say anything? That's the end of the Q&A session now.
Thank you. I just wanted to maybe show the last few contact details for us, if I may.
Okay.
So if you want to stay in touch with the university, there are two main points of contact that we would really advise and recommend. One is the link to Leeds. So this is how you would get in touch with Alameda, for example, or Anastasia, or any other international students studying a variety of courses. So you may want to get in touch with somebody who's studying the course that you're interested in, or maybe somebody from Nigeria, to ask particular questions about student experience. So definitely get in touch with those students. There are some very useful sessions around accommodation or careers, services, student experience. So there's lots of live events that we run through Link to Leeds website. So that's a useful source of information for you. And we also have our office in Nigeria. So this is Dapo, who answered a few questions. So if you have any questions about applying to the University of Leeds, we would strongly encourage you to get in touch either with our colleagues at SIUK, who work very closely with Dapo, or Dapo directly. If there's anything specific that you'd like to know, I'm sure SIUK colleagues will be able to help you with making an application, really hassle-free service. So make the most of this. And last but not least, I'd like to thank everyone for their time. Thank you to everybody who was attended today and asked the questions. Special thanks to all of our students who took part in the presentation, and Dapo who joined. So thank you so much, Rego, Sandra, our alumna, for joining, Olamide and Anastasia for all of your tips. We really hope that you found the presentation and what we talked about helpful, and we really look forward to seeing you hopefully in Leeds in September this year or in the future years. So good luck to you with your studies and everything that you're planning to do, and hopefully see you at Leeds. Thank you very much for organising the session, to SIUK colleagues as well.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your great input for today's webinar. Have a great day.